As you learn to fight, as you learn these skills that are all about fighting and self-defense, I think that there's a lot of truth in the fact that you start to lose interest in the whole business of combat, interpersonal combat, and you realize while you may be skilled and adept at dealing with those situations, you really become acutely aware that you want to avoid them for any number of reasons.
If you're going to train in an effective method of combat that could seriously maim or kill somebody, you've got to face up to the fact that you may have to do that if you're confronted. And there are consequences of that. I mean, there are emotional consequences if you're not prepared for that. There are legal consequences.
The court system in the United States is terrible as it relates to the treatment of a martial art, even when it is a flagrant self-defense situation.
If there's an altercation and the police show up, the first thing you're told to say is, I was afraid for my life, I want my lawyer. Instead of, this guy was trying to beat up this guy.
You get dragged into court and they start telling the judge and the jury about your multiple years of karate training, and you find the tables turned on you suddenly, that you use these lethal skills on somebody who, even though that person was accosting you, the tables get turned on you in a very bizarre and peculiar way that's not right, but it is true. It's the way it happens in the courts these days.
If you're truly defending yourself and truly in the right, in the moral right, you do what you got to do and you deal with the legal consequences later, and the legal consequences are going to be less than the physical consequences if somebody kills you. I mean, that's the line that a police officer has to tread as well, is he has to protect himself, and yet he has to do his very best to stay within the law while he's protecting himself.
So a trained martial artist is really smart and prudent to avoid any kind of a conflict that could land them in jail or in court.
You'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.